Yo, what's going on, peddlers? So this is Dr. Leon coming to you with another video. This video is going to be about why you shouldn't roommate with people you know, and if you're going to ignore that advice, at least what you should do before moving in with those people. So we'll hop right into it. So from my own experience, I have two situations where I've kind of gotten the bad end of not having that stuff figured out before moving in with people. So the first one would be with my ex-fiance, the same one that I brought up in the last video. Not to say that our relationship was more torn up because of the breakup and because of what we had to do subsequently. I feel like it made us better people, but that's another topic. But essentially afterwards, the car I'm sitting in right now was not paid for. It is now, but it wasn't paid for. So my goal is to get debt free. So with that being said, I feel like before I talk about that, I feel if before you move in with anyone, okay, whether it's your girl, your fiance, wife, best friend, brother, sister, whoever, make sure you have enough saved up to where if stuff just goes to the wayside or doesn't go the way you want it to go, you can get out and you're fine. Don't have nothing saved up and you're stuck when you move out, and you gotta be blessed if your father's there, or your brother's in town, or if your mother's still there. You're still in a situation where you can move in with someone, for relatively cheap. Because if it wasn't for, despite our relationship, if it wasn't for my pops, if it wasn't for, I'll talk about the friend situation in a minute, if it wasn't for her and her boyfriend and the boyfriend's family, and the people I'm staying with now, shout out, you know who you are, I'll say it later, but if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to have a roof over my head. I probably would have to sleep in here, and also I wouldn't be able to get the car paid off without either staying in here or just using the money to pay it off quicker to then live with the roommate. So I will say, make sure you have about at least 6 months saved up, for everything, so if you do lose your job or you guys break off, you can cover yourself and use that buffer to get you a new job or a new situation. All right. So that's that. The second situation is me and my ex-fiance, we knew each other real well, so there wasn't nothing we had to trust each other about per se. We both we took care of bills on time. We're trustworthy. We can trust one another. So that's another thing. Make sure you trust the person. If that relationship is not as sound as it should be, if there's any inkling you think that it could go wrong, don't do it. Because I take blame for the friendship that did go wrong, because me and her, we didn't know each other as well as we should have anyway. And honestly, my ex-fiance and her talked more than me and her did, so it was already red flags all over the place. And there's some stuff I should have said earlier that I didn't, but it's just, I was fake on my end a little bit. Not entirely, because I was there for it, but there's some stuff that I didn't feel was good before I moved in with them that should have been taken care of. And honestly, if it was taken care of, I probably wouldn't have had a place to stay. But at the same time, it would have avoided the relationship going down in flames the way it did. But at the same time, I believe it happened for a reason, because there's certain stuff that's happening right now that would not have happened. Well, there's, everything prior, but I mean, just going for what we're talking about, or stuff I feel that's happening now wouldn't have happened if I didn't live with them first. So I don't want to say that I wish I never gone through it, because it's taught me some stuff. So definitely, yeah, if there's anything amiss, don't do it. It's gonna destroy your relationship. If you feel like it's not the strongest it could be, don't do it. It will destroy your relationship 8 times out of 10, guaranteed. So what happened with me, and again, there's 2 sides to every story, 3 when the truth gets told. So I ain't saying my side's 100% correct, okay? But I will say I can admit my wrongs on my side. Whatever they decide to do, if they want to paint me as the bad guy for it, they can do so, okay? I'm human. I admit I had some play at it, okay? But from my perspective, they told me I could stay with them as long as as long as I want to. Again, don't say that if you don't mean it, because people will take that to heed. They will plan like, okay, I need this long if they plan to leave at all. Don't say that someone can stay as long as they need to if you do not mean it, okay? Period, point blank. If they listen to me, I mean, if they didn't do that, we probably would have avoided it, honestly. But they said that, so I said, okay, I need until around this time of year, right now in October, to pay this off. So I'm gonna stay with y'all until then, okay? They're kind of taking it back. Well, that's a long time, and it is a long time. It was January of this year. That is a long time, okay? But that goes to what I said in the first place. Don't say it if you don't mean it, all right? So when I'm staying with them, they were letting me do it rent-free, which I was blessed on, okay? And me personally, you know, with me being an addict and whatnot, I was really reclusive and things of that nature. So I didn't go to parties, I didn't go out and all that. And plus, you know, after breaking up out of a long relationship, you're trying to like change some stuff up anyway. So it was a combination of things, and that's why I didn't save up my money like, you know, as much as I should have. But I still did things that were definitely I had to do just to get in the position where I'm at today. I had to like do a 180 to do a 360, if that makes sense. I had to see the other side to make sure that other side is something I don't like because of me or because of the addiction. It was actually both, you know. But that's another story, but that's kind of telling you where my mind is at. So yes, I'm going out and stuff like that, but again, I've been raised right, you know. So I always ask, you know, I replace what I take away. I replenish what I use. So I would ask him, I'll do that by myself anyway, but I'd ask him, is there anything else you want me to do? Nah, just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Eventually, then they want me to pay utilities. I'm like, fine, that's fair. All right, then after that, we basically get evicted. We go to the boyfriend's mother's place. We all stay in the basement. Then essentially, before we move to the new place, we have a talk that basically I'm doing too much scot-free and, you know, they need to start harping down. So the girl that I was friends with, she actually wanted more than a boyfriend did. She wanted $400 a month for me to sleep on the couch. Okay, and out here, it's Colorado, guys. The rent's anywhere between $1,300 for a shit place. You're mostly looking at about $1,800 a month, you know, for wherever you go. For a 1-bedroom, it's around 15 to 18, depending on the amenities you have. So, but so in a roommate situation, I could get my own room essentially for anywhere between $350 and $600. Okay, it's out there. There's Craigslist. There's listings. Okay. I was all right with it, sleeping on the couch, paying $350. Some people would agree that's a deal. Some people wouldn't, especially if you're covering food and stuff already. You're sleeping on the couch. They have a room of their own. This is debatable, okay? So I see both sides on that. But anywho, I'm fine with it. I'm willing to pay $350. I'm willing to sleep on the couch. I feel like at this point I should be considered a roommate because I'm paying $350. I'm like, you know, and they said they spent thousands of dollars keeping me in there. Where? This is a question to you. Where did you save at? Because I was eating my own food and spending it myself. You know, especially the diet I took was mostly me. All right, but I just want to say where are you getting it from? But anywho, the only thing I could see where they're coming from is they could have charged somebody else for the time they didn't charge me, which is on them because I always ask them, hey, what can I do? All right, so we settled on $350. I'm like, is there a timeline you need me out of here by? No. So, okay, we're set on the $350. Next thing you know, it's $350 and there's a timeline now. And when I asked from the get-go, I was like, if y'all ever feel I'm infringing on you and your space and making you uncomfortable, I will take myself out. I'll live in my car. I'll do what I got to do. But I don't want you to feel like I'm not making your quality of life better. If I'm taking away from it, get me out of there. And I said that, you know, so I don't want to hear that like, oh, of course, like later on when it was the $350 in the time frame, I heard some stuff like, of course, you know, the sex life's going to be altered because, yeah, anybody staying with you, you can't really do what you want to do. There's certain people that can't come over because, you know, I'm on the couch. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm hearing one thing from you, you're supposed to be my friend of a few years, and I'm hearing one thing from him, and then when you both are together, it's something different. And then all of a sudden, you know, when you tell me you know, your life isn't as good as it should be, and then I leave because you know, they were out the night of. I come back, I already talked to them individually, like, yo, none of this is bad blood. We still cool. Whenever you want to chill, let's chill. You know, and I did that individually. Then all of a sudden, you know, when the night of, I said, I'm going to be out before the 1st. This is in June. I'm going to be out before the 1st of July. I don't know what day yet, but I'm going to be out before then. They were gone the night of, where I was telling them I was moving out that night into the next day. I went to go out. They got back when I was out. They were asleep when I came back. They were asleep when I woke up. I'm not going to wake you up and tell you, hi, bye. I feel like I'm going to see you again. So, yeah, you know, he texted me like, thanks for being a good roommate, blah, blah, blah. I didn't text him back, which could be fake on some things. But I'm like, if I'm going to see you again, hey, it's cool, man. All of a sudden, but I always felt something was wrong with her because she would never open up. So lo and behold, 2 weeks later, she opens up, and apparently I'm not a friend because I used them and I didn't do anything else, and all I did was go out all the time. Listen, I feel like if I'm your roommate, okay, I'm not worried about what y'all doing. You shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing. Yes, it's your roof, but if I'm paying you to stay in your home, if it's free, that's another different story. You know, I could do what, you know, either I do what you do or I get out because it's free. But if I'm paying you, you know, if I'm your roommate, then, you know, so basically the friendship was crushed. I'm a guy, but this is their 3rd roommate situation that didn't work out. And I'm like, listen, if it's the 3rd one at some time, let's say it's all my fault, okay? But if it's the 3rd one that hasn't worked out, sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and ask, what am I doing to keep allowing this to happen? It can't be me and the 2 other situations. We're just all bad people. You know, that it can't be, and they never admitted to their own faults. I'm like, there's something wrong with that. I could tell you right now, you know, I'm not going to say it's mostly my fault, but I'm not going to say I'm not at fault at all. And that's the whole thing right there. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure communication's on pat. You may need a contract. You may need to write it down and have them sign it. I say go that far. If you don't have a good relationship and you want to go ahead and move with them, write a contract, get a signature, get times, get dates, get everything, record what you have to. That way, because it turned out good for me in the sense I lost the friendship, but at least court wasn't involved. At least the legal system wasn't involved. This goes off the wall sometimes to where, you know, you have situations where people are taking people to court. To protect yourself from that, like I said, get everything in writing, take pictures, videotape, whatever you got to do. Protect yourself, okay? Protect yourself. So that's like one of the precautions I'm talking about. So to put this in a list, if you're going to go ahead and move in with somebody, you know, number 1, make sure that the relationship is strong, okay? Make sure you guys are cool. You guys trust each other 100%. There's no animosity or any like negative or any negative feeling or doubt between you guys, because that will create stuff by itself. 2, make sure they're responsible. Make sure they're responsible. If they're not responsible, don't move in, okay? If you don't have a strong relationship, don't move in, okay? Number 2, I say get everything in writing. Make it contractual. Get as much information as you can if you don't trust them, all right? 3, I'd say make sure you have enough saved up. It's not 3 in terms of importance, it's just the next on the list. Again, like I said in the first place, have enough money saved up to where if stuff goes off the wall, you can recover and be okay. Okay, and this goes to beyond just the roommate situation. This is life in general. I've been bad with money for years now, and I'm actually envious of my ex-fiance because, you know, she was great at saving money, man. You know, she's a good woman on that, but she saved a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say how much, but yeah, she definitely she had her priorities straight. So I'm saying you be the same. Have your stuff down pat. No one can mess with you with that, all right? And with life, again, it's not a matter of, you know, if this stuff is going to happen, it's when. And you want to be prepared for it. You know, your tire busts, you got money to cover it. You know, you got a fire, your house burns down, you know, have insurance, you know. Just stay covered, stay protected, all right? So that's another thing. So that's about the size of it, guys, that I got for this, man. Just be careful. I don't recommend doing it. Get your own place if you can, or just stay with your parents as much as you can, man. Grind it out. If you got a sibling and you guys are on the same page, honestly, if you coming out of high school watching this, hey, talk to them. Save up your money and just get a house. Get your own house. I swear, if me and my bros, we knew this, like when I came out of high school, I'm 23 right now. If I knew this as 18, you know what I'm saying, I would have told all of us to just start saving money. That way we could go ahead, throw it all against the house. We split it all down the middle, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot easier, you know what I'm saying? We're still going to go ahead and do our thing, but like I said, if you in a situation where you're not paying no one, or you're paying very little, stay in that and save up money. Don't be out here blasting it on people that don't care about you or whatnot, or these situations that aren't giving you anything back. If you can, stack dough, all right? And then after you stack dough, you don't need to keep savings. Put it into yourself. Put it for your business, or put it into like your car, whatever. Put it in the stuff that's going to return things for you, that's going to create more money to go. All right. But that's another topic. But essentially, make sure all that's together before you move in with somebody, especially a significant other. Make sure you can support yourself, if just so you're not relying on them. You don't want to be relying on them or anyone else for a roommate situation. It never ends good. For the most part, if you're not in check, like for me, I wasn't in check with my relationship with her, and then me not doing my proper homework and research with the former friend is why that didn't work out. So I hope I think I utilized every second to the best I could to give you guys kind of my own perspective, as well as things to do to avoid that. If you have any questions, comment down below. Give me a thumbs up on that, or thumbs down if you ain't feeling it. If you think that I'm being egotistical or unreasonable, you're entitled to dislike it. You're human. So that's all I got, guys. I'll probably see you this upcoming Saturday with another one. That video will probably talk about how to stay out the friend zone. We'll dive into that, my experiences with that, and how to avoid that. All right, but you guys have a good rest of your day, man. Keep pushing, keep the foot on the pedal, keep driving forward, man. We're going to keep getting it. Again, I'm not above you. I'm with you. We right here. We navigating together, all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm the doctor myself, just teaching y'all how to be doctors for yourselves, man. And, through that, we just keep teaching people how to be their own doctors, and we go get what we deserve, man. That's about it. But y'all take it easy, man. Until next time, we out of here.